Welcome back to the Kelly Wright Show. I'm joined now by Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. She is an amazing doctor who's doing some great things out there. And Doc, thanks for joining the program today. You are, explain to our audience what you do and how so many people are benefiting from your efforts to help them.
Absolutely, and thank you as well, Kelly, for having me on. It's a pleasure. I am Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, and I'm a doctor of psychology. I'm a psychology expert and life coach. I'm doing a lot, or maybe I'm even able to, remotely do as much as I was prior to the crisis, but because I'm not physically moving and doing something, I'm feeling the guilt of the fact that I'm not doing anything. I'm feeling isolated, and I feel disconnected. And there's a lot of stress and worry that goes on. I even had one woman say in the group, I know that she said, I know that I have the privilege of being able to continue my work at home. She says, but I look on social media, I look on the news, and I see people who no longer have it because of this crisis. And she says, I'm worrying myself to death going, what if that ends up being me? What if I end up being that person in that situation? She says, I'm going to go crazy. What do I do? And, what we often do, and I talk about it in my book, Mental Detox, is, as I explained to this wonderful woman, I said, well, we catastrophize. We see something, and we start to get into a place of fear from it. And fear is something that we create this narrative in our mind that has never happened, and oftentimes will never happen. And so what we do is we cause our psyche to experience something as though it has happened. And the thing is, it's not just detrimental in the moment of doing that. What happens is, if we do that over and over again, Kelly, we then create something that's called a norm. So now guess what? When we have no reason to fear, no reason to panic, guess what our psyche does? It says, oh no, it's normal. So guess what? You're afraid. You're in fear. No reason at all. And we're having this internal struggle going, well, why am I having a panic attack? Why do I feel anxious when there's nothing going on? Or for like you and I, why are we feeling anxious if we do this all the time?
Right.
Because we've created a norm that says, oh no, every time you go on, every time you go to do an interview, you are now going to be anxious. You're going to be in fear. When you know how to do this, is your thing. You've been doing this.
Yeah.
And so I explained to her that we have to make sure that we create and control the narrative that we are telling ourselves. And the narrative is what creates our reality. Whether it be real or not, we live in that narrative. And so we have to work backwards. We say, okay, in this crisis, and in life in general, what do I want to feel? What do I want to experience? Okay, so what narrative would create that experience or that feeling? Because in everything that we do, okay, in everything that we do, whether it be love, whether it be work, whether it be buying a new car, those shoes that we want, or the suit that you want for those men out there, we're all doing it for the payoff of a feeling. We're all doing it to feel a certain way. We're buying into what it makes us feel like. And so whether we've created feelings of normality that are healthy or dysfunctional, subconsciously or consciously, we're doing it to feel a certain way. And so we can create a narrative that allows us to feel the way that we want to feel. And this is why little kiddos are so important, because they're so young and they're so innocent and they're so creative. They can paint pictures and they can create stories that create an environment for themselves that isn't as traumatic. Or that's oftentimes the child's coping mechanism if they are in a traumatic household, or if they're in an experience when they're young that isn't as joyful or feel good. They use their imagination and they create what they need to create in their world. And the only issue that becomes is when we become adults, sometimes we forget to leave that narrative behind us as kids. And I say, when we have surviving kids that turn into surviving adults. And then when we become adults, we've never learned how to thrive or how to live.
Right.
And life is not about surviving.
Exactly. Stay with me. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back after the break. I'm talking to Dr. Cheyenne Bryant about how we keep ourselves mentally involved and inspired to get over our mental problems in terms of fear. And she aptly described her book and wrote her book called Mental Detox. And that's what we're doing right now here on the Kelly Wright Show. Back with more of Dr. Cheyenne Bryant right after this. Welcome back to the program. I'm talking with Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, the author of Mental Detox, and she is also someone who is very important in terms of reaching out and touching people right where they are. Your DNA, your address, whatever flavor you're going through, especially in this turbulent time. And we're talking about fear. And in our previous segment, Doc, you were talking about children and their ability to imagine where they are so that they can be positive. Let's drill down on that just a little bit, because in this age of social distancing ourselves, some people have isolated themselves. That is troublesome because they could fall prey to worry and fear. It's okay to have legitimate concern, but not to give way to fear and worry.
Absolutely. What you said is 100% true. And what happens is, first of all, when you put yourself in a state of fear and in a state of panic, you cloud your brain neurons. So you are not even in a space to make effective choices. So for those of us who are parents, I'm not a parent, but for those who are parents, or for those who have other family members, or even who have parents that are depending on them, that they have to make choices for, they're the head of the household, whether that be male or female, right? Yeah. Making good choices in a household with people who are depending on you is extremely important. And so when we put ourselves into a state of fear or panic, we cloud the brain. And then we can't have clear and concise thinking patterns that allow us to choose right, to measure what our choices would result in, and then have a better effect and be able to be a leader in that path, in that home, in that environment. So it's very important. Another thing, I know with the group life coaching sessions I'm doing that are centered just around the COVID-19 effect, many people are coming on because it's giving them an outlet to connect, not just connect with humans like this, but to also connect with people who say, me too. And so they're not feeling alone in their issues, alone in their concerns, alone in their agony. They're able to say, wait a minute, I'm not the only alien that's experiencing this. I'm not the only one freaking out. And a lot of the conversation has been, okay, Doc, I'm freaking out, but I don't want to be on social media or be around friends and family and continuously express that I am panicking at the moment. How do I deal with my internal struggle? And I go back to the narrative piece that we were talking about. I say, okay, well, you have to take out a sheet of paper. On the left side, you write down all of the thoughts that you're having that are working for you and that are putting you in panic, that are causing you to worry. Okay, and on the right side, you write down all the opposite thoughts that would create a whole different experience for you. Cut it in half, trash the left side, and every day you choose 2 or 3 of those words, and you embody exactly what that is on the right side. And it's not enough to think it. We have to embody that at which we want to feel, that is what we want to experience.
I see that's the way to do it. I often say to people, love God, love people, when you can't really follow that rule. If you can't love people if you can look in the mirror and don't love the person that you are, that God created. So it's very important to have that component in your life as part of your DNA. And that way, when we go through this COVID pandemic, as we both pointed out, you can't embrace the fear. You've got to embrace the faith. You've got to embrace the hope. You've got to embrace the love in order to overcome it and help your families to do the same thing. We may lose some in the process, and we will, according to Dr. Anthony Fauci, and we've seen it. But through every famine, every feast, every triumph, every trial, I have found that faith overcomes my fear, and I'm able to hold on a little bit longer and overcome.
Absolutely, because, hope deferred makes the heart sick.
Yeah.
And faith and hope are hand in hand. They are one and the same. And I always say that when you have people who are hopeless and the heart becomes sick, you have people that do sick things that are out of character. And that's the magic of compassion. That's the magic of understanding humans and their behavior, and that oftentimes we can't judge a person based on how they behave. Very hard concept for many people.
Right.
Because most of us judge ourselves, and most of us throw ourselves away at the moment that we see that there's something that we don't like with ourselves, or something that we're not impressed with, or we're not proud with. And so with other people. We say, you behave in this way, then you are that way.
Yeah.
But when we get to understand ourselves and we implement that faith and that hope, that, wait a minute, we can get through this. And as you said, we may lose some, but in everyday life, isn't death a natural part of life?
Yes.
And it is. But when you tag it or attach it to crisis, we create a different narrative. Or let me go a little further. We allow the news, we allow the media at times to create a narrative for us. Now, we need to watch to be informed, but we have to make sure that we're able to have the balance of being informed and still creating our own mindset, our own peace of mind, so that we can be okay through it.
Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, love having you on. Love you and love the things that you're doing. Thanks for being a part of the program today, not only to inform us, but to inspire us and help us cope with COVID-19 pandemic in a right thinking, right frame of reference, and right spirit to overcome anything. Because what you just dropped on us is the peace that surpasses all understanding. So let's just drop the mic. And you're always welcome on the Kelly Wright Show.
Thank you so much, Kelly, for having me on. It's wonderful, and continue to do what you do and provide information and have it to where people can get tips and tools like you just allowed me to provide. So I'm honored. Thank you so much.
It's been a pleasure. And again, thank you. We'll be talking to you, I'm sure, again in the near future. She's Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. I'm Kelly Wright, back with more after this.